when I wanted to talk about my hair and my hair journey, I thought about you because A, I knew that you had a hair thing, and B, also because we're low key and because we just get it done. The fact that my hair has been a deterrent from me showing up is a very big deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because nothing else has stopped you thus far.
Literally
right.
zero things.
Yeah, zero things.
Yeah. Yeah. And my hair was always amazing. This is the
Mm-hmm.
thing. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I am not a self-conscious person by any stretch of the imagination. And my hair was complimented. Like, I would be on webinars and people would be like, your hair is so beautiful. Like, it looks so healthy. And then overnight, it wasn't. It was overnight in September of 2024. My whole body just lost all of its moisture. And I'm going to get a little TMI because this is what I wanted this podcast to be. And I think when we can all do this, we can be like, yeah, me too. My skin dried out. It was overnight. The moisture left me. All the moisture in all the places was gone. And my hair was about to my elbow at the time. And if you're listening to this right now, my hair is above my shoulder. But my hair was almost to my elbow. And overnight, all of the hair below my chin to my elbow literally was like straw. It was like straw. And I remember I had to do this for work, this 5-day live challenge. I'm going to like get emotional. And I put my hair up in a bun because I was like, I can't show up with my hair down. It's funny because if I think back, I used to wear my hair all the time up in a messy knot for years. And that was my signature thing. And I haven't worn my hair up for years. And so now I was like, oh gosh, I'm going to have to wear my hair up. And I think we can all sort of relate to this where it's if you know there's something going on with you, you have to just shut it down because you basically have to perform to do your job. It's like, not to compare myself to a surgeon by any stretch, but you don't bring your shit to work. You know, like I imagine if a surgeon has something going on at home, they're very good at compartmentalizing. Well, the same goes for me. I had to basically shut down the fact that I was so upset about my hair and the way that I looked because the words needed to come out of my mouth. And I needed to pretend like everything was fine. And I looked back actually not too long ago and I saw a video and I was just like, wow, little pat on the back because I was actually not fine. And for me, it takes a lot for me to not be fine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I understand.
And I remember thinking, I'm going to have to chop my fucking hair off. I'm going to have to chop my hair off. And then this is like how ridiculous this is. And then it's like, but then I'm going to have to get new fucking photos. That's the second thought. I'm going to have to chop my hair. Okay, that's a thing because I haven't had short hair since my daughter was born. She's 17 years old. And then I'm going to have to get all new photos. And then we're going to have to change the photos everywhere. And that's a whole thing. I didn't ever anticipate something like my hair because I'd never had a problem with the way that I looked. Very grateful. I never suffered with acne. I live in a very small, able-bodied body. I really haven't had, thank God, any sort of aesthetic issues that caused me some trauma. Mm-hmm. Until my hair shriveled up and died overnight.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was hard.
It's so hard. It's interesting. My journey. So I'm a year ahead of you in my hair journey. So mine was the previous fall. And I was thinking about this as you were talking. I was like, I actually don't know if my knowledge about hair loss, which is really deep, and I had really great knowledge about hair loss before I lost all my hair. I don't know if that helped me or if that made it way worse because I remember, so mine was the previous fall. And you know, when you like put your hair up in a ponytail and you know how it feels every time, right? If you gather it all up, you know exactly how thick your own ponytail is. You know exactly how to do the elastic, right? And I've never had I have good hair. I've never had thick hair, right? I look at my daughter's hair and her ponytail, I swear to God, is like this, and so many elastics have to go around it to hold this beautiful mane in place. Mm-hmm. I've never really had that, but I remember, and it was in October, and I was at an event, and I went to put my hair up, and I was like, oh, did I just have a total meltdown and miss half my hair? Like, this is what I'm thinking as I'm pulling my hands back. Oh, I missed grabbing half my hair. And then I was like, you know, then you like feel up the side and you're trying to find the rest of it. You're like, where's all the hair that's supposed to be in the ponytail? And then I was like, oh, and then I had this like flush of panic where I'm like, where is it? Where is the hair? And I went to the mirror, and it's really hard to see in the back. Although now if you flip through my photos, I'm pretty sure there's like 9,000 photos of my scalp. I'm like, where did it go? Like, it's sometimes you leave a little piece down the side or whatnot, or it's in the back, and it wasn't actually there. And I had this full panic because I know a lot about this. And this feels like it's irreversible. The statistics are, this is irreversible, Jordan. And I had this panic moment where I was like, I am on camera. This is part of the look. This is part of the
brand.
Even though I'm not a like super aesthetic person, this is part of the aesthetic. I'm going to be one of those people that had to cut their hair short because they lost their hair. I'm going to be that old mom who's cut their hair because they have no hair. And so I had the very same experience. And having the level of knowledge that I have, I feel really was like gasoline on my whole experience, because I know a lot about this and I know how difficult it is to come back from this moment that I'm sitting in right now. I can walk through what I did and what my journey has been because I'm on the other side of it. I've never had my hair this long, so I actually feel quite proud of it.
I saw something the other day and your hair was curled and I was like, whoa, your hair grew.
That's grew.
Amazing. I'm in the process of growing it back. I've had to keep cutting it and just making sure the ends aren't straw, and it's a whole situation.
It was a big thing, and I was very, very, very upset about it. When I have it, still not perfect, and I still can get upset about it pretty easily. But at that time when it all happened, it was such an ordeal for me.
Yes, I agree. And I want to validate, because I had to keep validating it for myself. This whole podcast, I'm on the verge of tears because I'll just repeat it. I am not a self-conscious person. I say wrong words all the time. I have wicked ADHD. I do ridiculous things. I send my kids to school on PA days. I have not a great working memory. Like almost nothing makes me feel self-conscious. And so this has been for me, I think, because to your point, like, there's photos of me everywhere and it's part of the brand. Like I've had long hair, like I said, since my daughter was born. She's 17 years old. That was the last time I had short hair. If you are in a stage where either your hair is falling out, it's thinning, it's shriveled up and died overnight, you had to cut it, or you're wearing a wig or whatever, you're a halo, extensions, whatever. I just want to say, it's totally valid that it's devastating, and it's not superficial, and it's not silly or a small thing. Hair defines a person. And I didn't realize how much that was true for me until mine was gone. Until mine was gone. And even now I'm going to cry. It's so hard for me. This has thrown me off. One side flips out, one side flips under. It needs to grow. I can't get both sides to flip proper the way that I want. I'm also not fucking curling my hair every day because I'm not going to do that, because it's also heat and I'm trying not to do heat. And it is a thing. It is a thing. So I really just want to validate that two things. One, it's a thing. And two, if you're deciding to move forward in whatever career, you have to make a decision to not let anything stop you, because there's always going to be something, whether it's your hair or lighting, or you're not in a quiet place, or there's a child running around, or there's a dog. There's always going to be something. I really just want to validate the fact that if you don't feel your best, that's okay. You can still show up anyway. And Jordan and I will give you some tips on how we've done that. Do you want to share what you've done, the science behind it, in terms of what actually happens to the follicles? Because one of the first things I did was, you actually had a couple of podcasts on hair, and I went right to your podcast and I was like, I need to listen to this. And then obviously AI, and I'm like, okay, let's go. So you share what you did, I'll share what I've been doing. And hopefully it'll be helpful.
Yeah. And I think one of the most important things when I start talking about the science around hair loss and how to navigate this is that you will notice your hair change before you will meet the diagnosis of having hair changes. Medically, we can't tell that you've lost a lot of hair until you exceed losing about 50% of your hair, which sounds crazy. There's actually even some research that women don't notice that they've lost hair until they've lost about 50% of their hair. So it's like kind of by the time that we're like, wait a minute, what's happening? We've actually lost a huge volume of hair. And that's challenging because by the time we get to that point, that is a significant amount of loss. But when you're looking at your scalp, when you're holding your hair, when you're talking to your clinician, when you're looking at what's in your brush, we really are disconnected from what is happening up there until we get to, it's like a critical mass. That critical mass is about 50% of your hair. So it's important that we acknowledge and recognize that, because it's very easy to be disconnected from what's happening with your hair. It's also very common that women feel like it happened overnight.